Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Stock Market with your weekly analysis for Apple done on Monday 22nd of July. I'm recording this video now 7:15 in the evening New York time, Monday the 22nd New York time. At the daily chart level for Apple, my wave count remains the same. I'm still expecting it's in a primary degree third wave to the downside. Within that, here's the end of intermediate 1, intermediate wave 2, a slightly running flat correction with a slight truncation. The subdivisions all fit nicely over here. And this is where intermediate wave 3 within primary 3 starts. Within intermediate wave 3 we have minor 1 and 2 over here. Within minor 3 we have minute 1 and now minute 2 confirmed as over on the hourly chart. There's an outlying possibility that it might not be over. It could continue further as a double zigzag or double combination, although that would make it quite out of proportion to these corrections, or at least this correction of 1 degree higher. It's already a bit longer in duration than minor wave 2. Were it to continue further as a double, it would start to look strange. But leaving space for that outlying possibility, minute wave 2 may not move beyond the start of 1 above 457.10. The target for primary wave 3 remains the same. At 272 it will reach 1.618, the length of primary wave 1, and when I know where intermediate waves 3 and 4 within it have ended, I will calculate this target at another wave degree, at intermediate wave degree, so at that stage it may widen to a small zone or it may change. Let's have a look at this end of minute wave 2 where it starts down here. Is this point down here? So we have a really clear 5 up here, a 3 down here, and a 5 up now finally complete here. Unfortunately, this parallel channel was of some use but didn't exactly work how it normally does. This channel is drawn using Elliott's technique for a correction with a first trend line from the start of A to the end of B and then a parallel copy placed on the end of A. The channel is very clearly breached here, which should indicate that we had the end of the correction at this point here, and that certainly would have fitted. It would have looked like a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But after that channel breach, we saw, for another couple of days, we saw further highs. This is most likely now the end of minute wave 2, because not only do we have a continuing extremely strong and clear channel breach, but we also now have this clear 5-wave structure downwards on the hourly chart following this high. So I expect this is finally where minute wave 2 has ended as a zigzag structure, and this is where minute wave 3 has begun at 434.87. And within it, subminuet wave 2, which is probably incomplete, can't move beyond the start of 1 above this invalidation point. At 324, minute wave 3 would reach 1.618, the length of minute wave 1. When we have subwaves minuet 3 and 4 within it, again, towards the end of this, I'll calculate it at a second wave degree, so the target may widen to a small zone, or towards the end it may change as I try and refine it for you. At this stage on the 5-minute chart, this upwards movement here subdivides really nicely as a 5-wave impulse, and this is extremely corrective, so I expect that we probably don't have the end to this small second wave correction, and we're probably going to see a bit more upwards movement, probably to a new high above this point before it's done. That should be over in just a few short hours, and we should start to see a wee increase in downwards momentum over the next week or two. As we get towards the middle of this third wave at minute degree, I will be expecting quite a strong increase in downwards momentum from Apple. That's all for me today with your Apple analysis, and I hope that everybody had a fabulous weekend.